Just a heads up, a couple of you will be sharing mics, so.
Absolutely.
And then, Bria, do you want a stat sheet as well?
Yes, please. Thank you.
No problem.
I don't have my glasses. Could you hold this out there?
What's up? Oh, sorry, I need to switch my name. There we go. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and start with a statement from the head coach, Rochelle Turner.
First of all, you know, Kate's done an amazing job with her team this year. They've had a lot of injuries, and it's been tough, but they compete and they play hard. And Hallie Polk is an unbelievable player. I mean, you cannot give her any space whatsoever. We even fouled her a couple times tonight trying to get to her. And she's just that good. But they definitely have a bright future with Kate, with Coach Goss, at the helm of Bradley basketball. But I was really proud of our kids tonight. I thought in the first quarter kind of set the tone and the pace. Second quarter wasn't too good. They kind of heard about it at halftime, but we played Murray State basketball in the second half and, you know, got to a point total that we wanted to get to, finally made some shots.
Sure. We're going to open up the floor to any questions from the media.
Coach, what can you say about that big third quarter into fourth quarter run?
Well, I think that they probably took heed to the conversation that we had at halftime about us getting back to being aggressive, playing as hard as we can, moving the basketball. And I thought we just made some really good decisions offensively and moved the ball, made some big shots, got to the offensive glass, and we're able to get stops. When we get consecutive stops, we're going to score the ball. But there's a reason we're number 1 in offense and number 11 in defense. I mean, that's just how we've chosen to play this year. That's the system. If we give up points, that's okay. Get the ball out and go back the other way. And we just got the pace of the game and the number of shot attempts up to where we wanted it analytically in the second half.
And secondly, what can you say about the well-rounded nature of your team's offense with, like, I think a bunch of players scored above 7 or 8 points in this game?
That's just who we are. It really is. And, I mean, you know, Kate is going to get so much attention. And the fact that she was able to average almost 20 and 10 this year, guarded by 3 people every night, is amazing. But we knew to take a step in this league that we had to build around her. And our players around her have really stepped up. Bree on the far ends, by far, having the best season of her 4 years. You kind of got to see Zoe's offense on display today. She can make shots. She can get to the rim. She can shoot the pull-up. She can create for others. But we've got a lot of good players. And Ava Learn, Hannah McKay, going to be able to get things done. And, you know, when Case and Connor's making shots, you better watch out because, you know, we're going to score a lot of points. But I just think that that's the difference in us this year than in years past is we're definitely not one-dimensional.
We have a few questions in the chat. So, seeing as this was the best field goal percentage defensive game of the year tonight, what did you like best about your defense?
Really? Wow. That's great. I thought we did a really good job in our ball screen defense and our rotations. You know, you can't let Hallie just get off ball screens. Obviously, we trapped her off each and every one that she went off of. She still got open in transition and got open off some off-ball screens, but thought our kids did a really good job of stepping up early and making them have to try to score over us with our size. I mean, the one thing that about Caitlin's game that she never gets any credit for is her defense. Her defense this year has been unbelievable. Her manning the walling up and not letting their post players get off, and her stepping up early in our scramble defense has really, maybe she doesn't block as many shots, even though I think she had one tonight, which was pretty nice, but she alters a lot of shots. And then and our guards have faith in that, and so they really pressure the ball and they get up on them. So I thought probably our defensive rotations and our pressure was as good as it's been in a while.
And then also, with your plus 21 rebounding margin, what did you like best about that effort tonight?
Well, in my opinion, to win in this league, you have to win the battle of the boards every single night. And I think if you go back and you look at our games this year, the games we've controlled the glass, we've won. The games we haven't, we've lost. So that is a huge key point. So that is the number one key point that's written on the board before each game, because rebounding is about effort. Rebounding is about wanting to. And I thought our guards did a great job of rebounding. And I can't read without my glasses, but Zoe had a ton of rebounds tonight. And so if our guards rebound the ball at a high rate, we're going to get a lot of rebounds because Kate and Ava are two of the best rebounders in the league, in my opinion. But that's the first key. But then you got to win the battle of the threes. And you got to win the battle of the freeze. And the one thing that I was probably most disappointed in is how few times we got to the foul line tonight. Because that's one of our greatest weapons. We shoot almost 80% from the free throw line as a team. And so that's something we have to take more advantage of.
You guys seem like you players were in a group tonight. What are you guys going to continue to do to move on to the next games?
Bria, we'll start with you, and then we'll move down the line.
Okay. I think we just have to keep communicating. I think that was an effective part of our game today as well, was communication. So I think as long as we keep that up and we just stay as a team, even through the hard times in the game, I think we'll be okay.
For me, I think what works best with us is just trusting within each other. As the season's gone on, I think today was probably one of the games that I could easily see that everybody just had confidence in each other no matter what. I mean, when you pass the ball, you just kind of felt like it was going in. It felt like it. But I think it translates to each other and just how we communicate with each other. Like she said, the positivity, keeping each other heads up. I think it's really just going to be important to do that, in these next games and tomorrow. So just communicating, staying positive, and keeping that trust.
Yeah, I thought our cutting was really good tonight. I felt like whenever I was getting doubled or anything in the post, I felt like everyone was cutting off the ball really well, which opened everyone else up. So I felt like we really did that good tonight.
And what are your expectations, I can ask the coach and your players, for your game tomorrow night against Murray State?
Missouri State?
Missouri State.
Yeah. It's going to be tough. I mean, they are well coached. They are upper class dominated. Lacey Stokes, one of the best point guards in mid-major, period. Not only in our league, but in mid-major basketball. And they're so big. I mean, I could go on and on about them and the things that they could do. They have inside-outside presence. They play great defense. They do things to you that make you uncomfortable. They are definitely a challenge for us. And, the thing about it is we've played them pretty well this year. I think they're a pretty good matchup for us. So I want to sit up here and give them all the credit they deserve, but we got a pretty good basketball team too. I'm pretty proud of my kids. And I feel like that if we can get our minds right and get the physicality where we need to, get the pace of the game where we need to, and ultimately make shots, that is what basketball is about. Ball goes in the basket, game's a lot easier. That we will be right there. And so, we're the underdog, but we kind of like that. And so we'll be ready.
Sure.
Got one more for you. You've talked about winning 20 games being important for this team. So now that you've reached that 20 wins, what does this mean to you?
It's a huge milestone for our program. This is only the 6th time in program history we've won 20 games. So, and actually, these two were here for 2 years ago, our last season and other conference before we came to this one. So I mean, 2 of the 6 to be this senior class is a pretty big deal. And so, that's always a goal at the beginning of the season, but it's difficult to get to, especially in this league. It's unbelievably good. I could go on and on all night about how good the league is. So, but for these seniors to be able to do it 2 out of 4 years is very special, but this is a special senior class. So we want to keep this thing going as long as we can.
Any other questions from the media? All right. Congratulations, ladies. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Watch your step coming up. We don't need any injuries. Especially for me. I'll fall off. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
And they're right next door. They're ready to go.
All right, we are joined by the Bradley Braves. We're going to start with an opening statement from head coach Kate Popovic-Goss.
Just want to thank our fans so much for all the support that they've had this season. We're on our spring break. We got a great band that came and supported us, great cheerleaders, so super grateful for them. I'm super proud of our seniors. I've got a great group of seniors, too, who are sitting next to me today, and Isis Fitch and Ruba Bouachesh, two that are medically unable to compete, and we're all season, and, just grateful for all the contributions that they've made to our program, who they are as young women. Fortunate enough that this one sitting next to me has got some credits to complete for her nutrition and dietetics major because she's a little genius. So she'll be joining us next year in a student assistant capacity, and grateful for that. But overall, just proud of how my team fought through a really adverse season. There were times where we didn't even know if we would have enough players to play. We had 2 starters go down within the first 5 games of the season. Starters that we put in their place are medically unable to compete. And it seems like this team took hit after hit, but you know what? They never stopped fighting. And I think that sets a really positive tone for our future. I'm super excited to get healthy. I'm super excited about the experience that our freshmen got this year. And I'm really excited for the future of Bradley basketball because I think it's tremendously bright. I've coached a lot of basketball, and I've seen teams use seasons like this to really prepare for the future, and I am really confident in this group, and that was the challenge I extended to them to flip this for next season. But more than anything, just really proud of our seniors and everything that they've given to Bradley basketball, and again, just want to extend thanks to all the support that our fans have given us throughout a really tough season.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to open up the floor for any questions from the media.
Coach, what can you say about Hallie, who led the team in scoring with 16 points tonight?
There's a lot to say about Hallie. She's freshman of the year in my eyes. Congrats to Jalen Banks, heck of a player. The competition was very, very close. I think that speaks to the competitiveness of this league and the excitability of the future surrounding so many talented freshmen. But Hallie's a special player. She's a special talent. I knew that when I recruited her, and I think she handled this season and the pressure that was on her with tremendous poise. She grew, she got better, and I'm excited that she's leading our program. I know that she learned a lot from the 2 sitting next to her, and she's grateful for them as well. But just really proud of her, and I think it speaks a lot to the fact that not only was she on the freshman roster, but she's on an all-conference roster. That means she's one of the best players in this league, and the league respects that, and I'm excited she'll be next to me for the next 3 years.
Sure. Next questions?
Al, you had a lot of the Murray State defense focus on you. How did you adjust with that and still be able to put up 16 points?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't my best shooting night, 4 for 13. I think I took a lot of tough shots at times, but I feel like it was less trying to score and more just trying to find my teammates when the defense was more focused on me. So.
Reflecting on this game and your entire season, what do you plan to do during this off season to kind of recoup for next season?
I think the most important thing is to get healthy. I would have had potentially the newcomer of the year on our roster, and she tore her ACL. So I'm excited to get her back. But more than anything, I think this team needs to be challenged. And that's what I told them. I'm committed to being the most committed coach and the hardest working coach in the country to prepare this team for what we need to go through. And if we need to be prepared mentally, physically, and emotionally to go through the most challenging offseason, a lot didn't go our way. Again, you can't control a lot of the things that happen to us, but one of my favorite quotes is, confidence is like steel, it's forged in the fire. And man, did we go through some fire. And we've got some choices to make. We can either fold or we can stand up, and I'm really, really confident that we're gonna stand up. And I think that, I'm excited about the people we have coming back. I'm excited about the freshmen we're bringing in. We've got great length, great scoring coming in our freshman class. We've got some cap space right now to use in the portal due to injury. So we're gonna bring in some size. More than anything, I think that the 2 young ladies to my right and to my left, Isis Fitch and Ruba Bouachesh, have done nothing but pour their heart out and set an example for what it looks like to be the hardest workers in the program, to be the most passionate players in the program, and to prepare every day like it's your last game. And I have a lot of confidence that this young lady next to me, Miss Hallie Polk, who's the future of our program, has learned from these two what it looks like to be a leader, to be a competitor, to be a great teammate, and more than anything, to be a winner. Isis and Ruba, they didn't get the opportunity to win at a high level these past 2 seasons, but that is certainly not reflective of everything that they've poured in our program. And their fingerprints are everywhere. So when we do cut down nets, which we are going to do, they're the first 2 that are going to get mailed pieces along with Deja Powell and TT Danso if they ain't sitting in the stands. So y'all better come back and watch. All right. But, I think for us, more than anything, it's going to be about what's between the ears and what's in our chest. Because to compete in this league, you got to be tough, you got to be smart, and you got to be ready for battle because winning's really hard. And, I think we learned that this year.
Yep.
Just kind of question, how is having 2 individuals with you that have a lot of heart, how has that kind of helped you for playing for the future, even now?
Oh, to me? Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think Ruba in the beginning really showed me the way, like, just leading me, kind of. I was not always the, sorry. But, yeah,
You weren't always the what? You were a freshman.
Yes, I was a freshman at a time. But, I mean, Ruba just kind of helped me out. And Isis, a ton on court even, just stepped up. And she is a lot, like, kind of the guidance I go to on the court. And so, I mean, off the court, too. I had a bad game. Isis is the one in my ear, so. Yeah, I appreciate them both greatly.
We appreciate you too, Hallie.
Thanks.
Any other questions from the media?
Ruba, Coach said that you're coming back next year to help out. I'm curious, what are you hoping to pass down or teach to the incoming basketball players?
I mean, I'm obviously not going to be on the court with them, but I still have a great relationship with my teammates, and I'm talking a lot to the potential recruits that's coming in. So I'm really just trying to be me and show them you gotta have some passion, you gotta have some heart to win at this league because it is hard, and we learned that the hard way the past 2 years. So really, whatever I can do to help them if I'm at practice, just an extra body, kind of guide them, be a leader in my own ways off the court. So
I think, you coach a lot of players. And I think that when you're really lucky as the head coach, everyone thinks you're the one teaching all the time. You do a lot of learning. I think these 2 especially have taught me a lot. I think one thing that I've learned from Ruba, I see a lot of myself in her, which at times is terrifying. But Ruba always leads with her heart and with passion. There's no one more passionate, and there's also no one that is, more committed to anything that she puts her hands on. Ruba speaks almost 4 languages. She has nearly a 4.0, one of the most challenging majors in our university. She was born in Palestine. We don't understand what that feels like. We have no idea the challenges that she goes through every day. And this kid has never wavered. She's given everything that she's had to me, to the program, to her teammates. And, we can learn a lot from her passion and also her poise. Because we think what we do is hard. What Ruba's going through every single day is something that none of us will ever understand. And, one thing that Isis brings to us every single day is confidence. In this era of coaching, a lot of kids have no clue who they are. They look on their phone and look for people to tell them. Isis is not that. Isis knows exactly who she is. She brings it every day, and it's because of how hard she works. She builds her confidence through reps in the gym and through working her tail off. And there's no one in this world that's going to deter Isis from what she believes she can accomplish. And that's why these past 2 seasons, when she's 6 feet tall trying to guard people who are 6'4", she continually puts up double-digit numbers, double-digit rebounds, and lays her heart on the line. I've learned so much just from being able to coach them and being able to watch how they approach every single day. And I'm really grateful for that. And I know their futures are so bright. They're both tremendously intelligent. Isis is going to graduate with a degree in business here and run the world one day, but I think she's got some hoops left in her. And, you know, I'm very, very grateful to have been able to coach them. They mean a lot to us. They mean a lot to the program. And more than anything, they mean a lot to me. So I'm grateful for them both.
Any final questions? Alrighty. Thank you, ladies. Best of luck in your future.
Thank you.